Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And I was going to wait and do a video, but I don't think we can. The news has filtered out that Nathan Cleary will miss Origins game 2 and 3, which is obviously massive. He's going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks, is what's been reported, with a hamstring tear. Huge news for the Blues, huge news for the Penrith Panthers. But I want to focus this episode on the New South Wales Blues and what it means for their Origin lineup. For mine, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Luai's position as well. Now, a lot of the talk why Luai was selected was because of the partnerships or the sort of combinations he's got there with the likes of Nathan Cleary. I think we've seen last night in the game against the Dragons, Luai didn't stand up at all once Cleary left, and that's a real worry for mine in terms of having Luai still in the team moving forward. Personally, I didn't want Luai in the team from the start. I thought it should have been Nico Hines playing 5'8", partnering Nathan Cleary, and I've stated in other videos why that is, so I won't go into that too much. But it's a huge concern now. But how did New South Wales go about getting this right? This is the next phase of things, and obviously going up to Suncorp is a huge task. For mine, they've got to choose a 5'8" to balance whoever they choose for the actual halfback positions. Now, your 5'8" options are obviously Luai, Cody Walker, who's been on fire, especially on the weekend. Again, he stood up and got the Rabbitohs home. I was really impressed with his performance. And also Matt Burton from the Bulldogs as well, who's been playing a steady hand, but at the halfback role, which I don't think is his preferred position. I've said that as well in other videos. Halfback options, you've probably got the Nico Hines one, would be probably the obvious choice, being in the New South Wales camp already. I know the Blues, Brandy, Freddie, love having the players that have already been in the camp part of their outfit if someone goes down. You've also got Adam Reynolds. Now, if there's a player out there that knows Suncorp Stadium and won't be intimidated by the environment that the Blues will go up to, you've got to be putting all your house on Adam Reynolds to get the Blues home. Tremendous kicking game. Know a lot of these Queensland players back to front with playing at the Broncos. And as I said, he knows Suncorp Stadium. So he's seen it at its best, at its worst. He'll know how to get the Blues out of that. So in a way, it's sort of leaning towards Reynolds when you talk about where this game 2 is being played. You've also got Mitch Moses as well, who's been starting to find a bit of form with the Eels and probably been around one of the better halfbacks of the game for the last probably year and a half, 2 years, and wasn't able to cement his spot for the Blues last time he sort of played for him, either with an early injury. So, personal option, what would I go for game 2 for the Blues? Now, I'd be going Cody Walker for the 6. I know he's had his time in the past and didn't quite get it done, but his form for mine at the moment is too hard to ignore. I don't think you can take it. I think we've seen in game 1 what happens when you don't pick players in form. Now, Luai hasn't been in form all year. He's played one good game all year, and they chose him off that game, and it's backfired. People say he played all right game 1. All right's not good enough at this level. We need people to grab it like the Munster did, like Ben Hunt did, like Cherry Evans did, and take the Blues to victory. We can't have people just playing their role and playing all right. It's not good enough anymore at this level. The 7 then, for mine, I'd be having Adam Reynolds, purely for the fact that he knows Suncorp Stadium. He's been there at some pretty big events and some pretty big times for the game. He knows exactly. The kicking game is really what's going to be important for this one. So he's got arguably the best kicking game in the competition. And if the Blues love this whole aura about combinations, well, obviously we all know Walker and Reynolds has had a combination in the past that's worked quite well and been quite successful at their time at the Rabbitohs. So that's my personal opinion. I'd be going Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds as your halves combination for game 2. What I'll think they'll go, though, is a bit different. I reckon they'll go Luai at the 6. I think they'll just stick with him. And I think we've seen Freddie and more so Brandy, the interviews I've seen him do lately, he's just been so defensive about everything and basically his way or the highway, and everything he's saying is right. And personally, I don't see Luai's form at all at an Origin level, but that's what I reckon they'll choose, with Nico Hines at halfback is the most probable halves combination there for game 2. But I know knock on Nico Hines either. I think he's been in tremendous form all year. He probably had an off game against the Broncos on the weekend, but for mine, he's deserves his spot. It's just more so how they're going to play him moving forward, because again, that probably means he's going to have a 14 role, and we just seen last Wednesday that didn't really work at all for him. So we'll see how we go. That's my selections. Let me know below in the comments what you think. Hopefully, we see the best combination moving forward for a New South Wales side, and hopefully they can get it up for game 2, get the win, and so we can have a decider for game 3.